Yo, party people, it's Ashley of SingleWomanChronicles.com, where being single is a beautiful choice rather than a miserable circumstance. And today's episode is brought to you by my books, How to X Your Ex, A Guide to Getting Past Unhealthy Relationships, as well as Single Woman Chronicles, an Atlanta love story, kinda, the book series. You can pick these books up at Amazon, as well as Barnes & Noble's website, as well as Apple Books, Audible, and Google Play. All right, let's get into today's topic. There are more women than men. What do I do? This is a topic of conversation that has plagued women everywhere because I always hear women say this, and I don't know why they bring it up to me, like to prove a point or to kind of like rationalize their settling or their sharing. I don't know. I feel like it's been used to brainwash women into thinking that we are men are being outnumbered, so we need to be forced to share or to settle or to just do what the men want us to do because we're doomed. It's working. It's definitely working, the narrative, because a lot of women think this way, and a lot of women are just like, what's the point of even hoping for monogamy if this is what it is? So my issue with this is dwelling on it doesn't help you. It does not help you if it really don't help you in any scenario, because it's like when you worry about how little money you have, you're sitting there and you're worried about it, but you're not, like, it's not helping you. You're just stressing yourself out. Like, anytime you focus on the negative, all it's going to do is stress you out. So, today I just want to give you some things to think about, and instead of the negative, right? So, what do you do? I'm going to get into what you do, but let's start with what not to do in these situations. Thing number one, don't focus on lack. Because if you focus on lack, that's what you will receive. We've been hearing, we as in society, a lot about like manifestation and just thinking. Even the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so he is. We attract our thoughts because we behave how we think. So our thoughts manifest into us, and so we start behaving and moving like our thoughts. So if you are in the mindset of thinking there are more women than men, so what's the point? You won't meet a lot of men. And when you do meet men, you're going to meet men that tell you, well, there are more of us than there are of you. So I don't know why you're expecting us to treat you well. I don't know why you're expecting us to commit to one woman, blah, blah, blah. So that could be a reason why you keep running into certain kinds of guys, right? Now, I want to say this because it really bothers me. If people were honest in 20 of the 22, going into 20 of the 23, we could be better as a society. Because right now we are in a very interesting part of history and of culture where anything you want, you can get. If you want something casual, you can get something casual. If you want something serious and monogamous, you can get something serious and monogamous. If you want something polyamorous, you can get something polyamorous. If you want friends with benefits, you can get friends with benefits. The problem is people out here lying about their intentions. It's men out here telling women, oh yeah, I want something serious, just to trick them into being something casual. It's women out here saying, oh yeah, I'm okay with polyamory, but then get upset when they're actually caught in a polyamorous relationship. Stop lying. Stop lying on both sides. Like, you really can get whatever you want, but you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest about it, right? I just had to put that out there. But this whole narrative about there are more women than men, like, just shut up. Because if that were the case, if that was the thing that's keeping people from getting married, engaged, in monogamous relationships, why on my timeline every week somebody engaged, pregnant, or getting married? Why am I getting invited to all these weddings? It's not holding nothing up, because I'm just a believer that God don't make mistakes. Yes, he does have a sense of humor, but at the same time, like, it's billions of humans on this earth. Just because there are more women than men in Atlanta, go somebody where else. Like, date outside your state, date outside your race. Like, come on, we have to stop focusing on the lack. Nowadays, when I walk outside in expectancy. I'm expecting to meet somebody, okay? So, being that, I don't even know why I said being that. Seeing that I have this expectation, when I go outside, I'm going outside like I got some sense. I'm going to, even if I'm not like fully dressed, I'm going to make sure my hair is done. I'm going to make sure that, I have on decent clothes. I'm going to make sure I smell good. Because you never know. I could walk down the street. I could walk to my mailbox. I could go up the street to go grocery shopping. Like, I have that expectancy. So you have to expect abundance. Stop expecting not to meet anyone. Stop expecting that every guy that you date isn't going to want a commitment. Stop expecting that every guy that you date isn't going to take you out on a date. Stop expecting that every guy you meet is only going to want sex. Stop expecting that. What you expect, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're putting out. That's what your mind is bringing to you. Expect abundance. Expect to meet somebody. Expect to meet somebody who has the same values as you, who wants monogamy like you. And even if you don't, and you meet these fools, because I be meeting a lot of fools, but at the same time, just because I meet a fool don't mean that I'm going to start thinking that there are no good guys out here. No. You have to think better. Stop focusing on the lag. Stop. It ain't getting you nowhere. The next thing you don't want to do, stop critiquing yourself. Okay? Stop saying stuff like, if I was skinnier, then I'd be in a relationship. Or if I had a bigger butt, then I have a better chance at getting a man. Let me tell y'all something. I know some big booty, beautiful women who still single. I know some thin, beautiful women who still single. I know some big boobed, beautiful women that are still single. Stop it. Stop critiquing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to the girl who always in a relationship. Stop doing it. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I can't tell y'all why you single. Because if I could answer that, I'd be in a relationship. Like, I can't tell y'all how to, get married in 3 months. It's a lot of people claiming that. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I get annoyed because I'm kind of like, how y'all know? Like, how y'all know when y'all gonna meet somebody? Like, everybody's story is different. I don't think there's a formula to marriage or getting married. Now, I do believe that you can be better prepared. Like, you can be prepared so that when your person does come, you won't self-sabotage it. You will enjoy it. You'll be happier. You'll be able to feel more love. You won't be prolonging it. But at the same time, I can't tell you when you gonna meet your man. But I do want you to stop critiquing yourself and thinking that there's something wrong with you physically that's making you less likely to get a man. Because I don't know about y'all, but if y'all turn on 600-pound life, these women stay in relationships. Like, it don't matter shape, size, and all that kind of stuff like that. Like, it don't matter your shape, your size, your color. People like what they like, okay? It's literally somebody for everybody. I'm tired of the belief that if you were this, you'd be that. Like, I've heard people say, I feel like if I had a bigger butt or bigger hips or bigger boobs, then I would like get more attention and all. Yeah, you might get more attention, but is that the attention you want? Like, I say this all the time because I've had a big butt my whole life. Well, I'll say since I was 16, probably 14. Since I was 14. And the negative sexual attention that it brings is not the attention that I want. Even now, for the past like 2 weeks, men have been cussing when they walk past me. They've been like, dang. But the derogatory word of that, it's not flattering to me. I don't want to hear it. I hate it. Like, I hate it. So just getting more attention from men doesn't necessarily mean it's going to increase your likelihood to get in a relationship or to get married. Like, that doesn't mean that. It's just going to increase your attention, the sexual attention, or you're going to get more attention from things that you don't want a lot of the times. I'm not saying every time. Of course, there's always an exception to the rule, but all I'm saying is you can have those things that the women that you compare yourself to or the things that you critique yourself for and still end up single. Like, ain't no science to this. I don't know. I wish I knew. I just know society is in a rough time culturally, because a lot of people are trying to figure out if they still want monogamy, if they want, they don't know. So it's not necessarily a critique, but I will say to stop comparing yourself, critiquing yourself, and thinking that if you had something more physically, then it would yield the results that you need, because that's just not true. 3, understand that settling or sharing won't make you happy if you really want monogamy. Listen, I can't tell you how many times after a failed situationship or dating attempt that I've been like, you know what, I'm gonna just be a city girl, or you know what, I'm gonna just be a savage, or you know what, F all this, I'm just gonna date casually. But instantly, quickly, expeditiously, I come back and realize that, girl, that ain't gonna make you happy. Like, if that's genuinely not what you want, you're not going to be happy if you settle for those things. Like, stop trying to put yourself in a box that you don't belong in. If you are a triangle, you don't belong in a square box. You don't. Go for the square box. Wait for what you want, because that's what's going to ultimately make you happy. You might have to wait longer, but at the same time, settling into unhappiness and then getting extremely attached to something and then ended up having to fight your way to get out of it, that ain't going to solve the problem either. So, no, stop letting the man convince you that, oh, let's just go with the flow because, that'll be better. No. If you gotta think that hard or feel anxiety or feel like you gotta change who you are and change your being just to get a dude, he ain't it, baby. Because all you need is one. All you need is one. That's what you're looking for. If monogamy is the goal, I'm speaking specifically to women who are looking for monogamy, okay? So yeah, don't think that settling is going to solve your problem or you're just better off sharing and all of that. No, if that's not what you want. Now, if you're down for that, if that's your thing, if that don't bother you none, then cool. But if that does bother you some, then not cool. Don't do that. Don't do that. So what can you do? Because you tired of the thinking about the narrative that there are more women than men and you just don't know what to do. Let's talk about the do's of this, okay? Do something new. Go out to more places you don't go to often. If dating apps haven't been something you've tried, like, don't knock it until you tried it. Now, I done tried it, but I always crash and burn. So it wouldn't be doing something new for me. But if it's something that you haven't tried as a dating app, try it. Go on something like Hinge. Avoid Tinder. They say Bumble got the narcissist, so don't go over there. Go to Bumble or Coffee Meets Bagel. Check it out. If you on dating apps and that ain't working for you, go to some spots you don't go to. Go to a coffee shop. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. So my brother bought me a gun recently, and I went to Academy Sports to pick the gun up and get some bullets. Men, it is their happy place. They was just roaming the aisles. They ain't got nothing to do. They just here. I'm just here looking for bullets. I'm just here looking at things. I don't know. It's kind of like when we browse at the makeup counter. That's what the men do. Go to get cute on a Saturday. Chill cute. Don't look like you're trying too hard. Walk through an Academy Sports. Okay? It's football season. Go to a sports bar on a Sunday or Monday or Thursday or whenever they be playing these sports. Like, do something new. Position yourself in environments where you're more likely to meet people. You can't keep complaining about there being too many women and not enough men if you don't even go out to meet them. Go out, do something new. Okay? I'm not saying you got to go to a club, go to a bar. I wouldn't advise you meeting people there anyway. Just because the goal when you're out and having fun and partying and stuff, typically the goal is for men to go home with something, to smash, to have fun, something casual. So usually their headspace isn't, I'm going to take someone home to marry her. No, it's I'm going to take someone home and get the draws. Okay? So no, I'm not saying do that. I'm saying put yourself in new environments. Like, come on. I talked about self-dating. Like, come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Go on a solo date. I'm actually more likely to meet people when I go out by myself. Like, I meet the most people when I'm by myself. So, yeah, do something new. Thing number 2 to do is always take a moment to regroup after disappointments. Stop just jumping into something new to make yourself feel better. You can't fix disappointment with what disappointed you, okay? Now, if you keep doing situationships, you keep jumping from guy to guy after every disappointment without taking a break, you just going to keep discouraging yourself and making yourself exhausted with the process of dating. If you feel like you are tired, take a break. I'm not telling you to throw the towel in, but I'm saying take a break. Because listen, after every disappointment, I take a break. It don't even have to be a long break. A week, 2 weeks, a month. I'd be sick of it. Like, because the only way to regroup after disappointments and things like that is to take some time to yourself. Because like I stated, if a man disappoints you, you can't fix disappointment with another man. That's what disappointed you. Like, take a break, regroup, come back with a better mindset, get back in the game with an abundance mindset, reset your mind, do some yoga, do some meditation, do some journaling. Remind yourself that you lit. Remind yourself that you're wonderful. You're amazing. You're gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with you. You did nothing wrong. Unpack, regroup. Okay? Stop just going from situation to situation. Now, some people can do that. I ain't built like that. Like, I can't do it from like an emotional point of view. Too old. Back in the day, I can't do that no more. I'm too old. My head be hurting. Dude disappoint me. I don't want to talk to men for at least 48 hours. I don't want to do to say hey to me. Get away from me. You're all dumb. Okay? Because I feel like that. And if I were to meet somebody immediately after that, I'm going to be defensive with him. I'm going to be like, don't talk to me. Even if I pick somebody's number up, I'm not going to call them until I done regrouped. I don't want to bring this negative energy over into this situation now. So I would always say to regroup after every disappointment, after every like dating disappointment, because you don't want to go into it with negative energy and you want to have a positive outlook to give the relationship a better chance. And also you won't be as exhausted with the dating process. Lastly, you got to build mental resilience. Help yourself not dwell on it. Don't beat yourself up. Get back in there. It's a part of the process. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but I know many women have the tendency to, after any dating situation doesn't work out, we automatically think, what did I do wrong? Why didn't he like me? Why didn't he fight for me? Why didn't it work out? Like, although that's so normal, but we have to stop doing that. As soon as your brain wants to go there, stop your brain from doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because there's so many factors to it. Like, you just never know. I literally got ghosted last week. Like, literally got ghosted last week. And the weird thing about being ghosted for me last week was like, he literally texted me, the last time I saw him, he said, I love your company. A week later, he said, I would love to see you. Just to never hear from him again. Like, why would I blame myself when these are the things that you said to me just to not reach out? So what's the point of going on this rumination about what I did wrong? In my mind, you had a girl or y'all was having problems and she came back. That's my assumption of the situation, because I like to solve problems. So I'm going to solve the problem the best way I know how, because I have to fill in the blank, right? But the fill in the blank answer ain't going to be I did something wrong, because I didn't. So stop blaming yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop thinking I'm going to die alone. It's going to be like this forever, blah, blah, blah. That ain't going to get you nowhere. That's just going to make you feel bad about yourself. The more you feel bad about yourself, the more you're going to show up as inadequate when you dating, and that's not going to attract the right person to you. It's going to attract men who can smell your desperation. And if a man can smell your desperation, If he's the wrong guy, he's going to use that to manipulate you into getting what he want and discarding you because he's going to feel like you are not willing to walk away because you already have this scent that I don't feel like I'm good enough. So that means I have to settle for whatever comes and just accept whatever treatment. You don't want that scent out there. No, you do not. You want to show up in every dating situation like I am that chick. I am irreplaceable. I am everything. I'm every woman. Okay? So make sure you build mental resilience. That's why it's so important to take that break so you can regroup and get in the mirror, tell your affirmations, get back in the game, coach. Because unfortunately, again, in this society, it is harder to date. And it has nothing, I think it has a little to do with there being more women than men. It's more so because there's so many options. Not even just options of people, options of what type of dating scenario there could be. Back in the day when folks was being married real long, there was only one option. The option was date until you get married. Okay? That was because culture wasn't out here busting it wide open on the first night of meeting. They were waiting for marriage to have sex. So that's why that scenario was easier. Then came along, okay, casual dating became a thing. But at the same time, people were still more gung-ho for monogamy. But in 20 of the 22, that is not the main goal anymore. There's monogamy, there's polyamory, there's casual dating, there's situationships, there's friends with it. It's so many different options of what you can be. That's what makes it difficult, especially if you want the unpopular one, because right now a lot of people are vowing to not be monogamous. So when that is the case, that's why the struggle is real. It has less to do with options of people and more to do with options of the selections of the dating types. Okay, so understand it's just a part of the process. All you need is one. Just get back in there. You're not alone, unfortunately. A lot of us are going through it. I know that it can't be this many women across this many races, across this many areas in the world, across this many age ranges saying the same exact thing. It can't be. And it not be true. Oh, it's true. I get it. It is a struggle. I'm not going to lie and say it's not. But I don't want you going into it with the mindset of scarcity. Because if you go into it with a mindset of scarcity, then you're going to rationalize why you settle for what you don't want. And I don't want you to do that because I want you at the end of the day to be happy. Because isn't that the goal? The goal isn't a relationship. The goal is happiness. The goal is a happy relationship, a healthy relationship, right? At least that's my goal. But if you want any old kind of relationship, shoot, settle. That's your prerogative. But for me, the goal is happiness. So I just want to help y'all overcome how they have brainwashed us into believing that there are more women than men. So we should settle because no, I ain't going. Okay, I hope this helps somebody. Make sure you like this, give it 5 stars on the platform, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Like this, share this on YouTube, and yeah, hopefully this helps somebody. All right, until next time.